Hi guys, TJ here. This is a unique intro for today's story. Please don't skip it. I just wanted to let you all know that due to some health issues, I promise I'm okay, I've had to switch up a couple things. So today's video is last minute. It's the most requested story on the channel, so I really hope you enjoy it. And the editing has been done by my editor, John. We Try Horror. He is incredible. Please show him love for bringing this to life. He will be helping out the channel a bit going forward. There might be a video tomorrow. It does depend because the issue I'm having is to do with my my chest, my throat, so I'm gonna just take it easy and not try and worry too much because I do want to complete 1330. When I tell you that the last week has bangers, I'm not kidding. We are going hard for this week, and we may actually be making a decision about extending 30 and 30 to 60 and 60, which I'll get into later this week. I'm not sure yet, but I just wanted to say, if you love these videos and you've loved what we've done here at Dusklight, what you hear on Dark Somnium, what you hear in other channels, please show that support in the comments. Show me how much you're engaging with this so I can see what you want to hear, what you like, and give John some love as well. He did an incredible job. And I appreciate all your support, everything you guys have said in the Discord, on Patreon. Thank you so much. We'll be back in a day or two. I just wanted to let you know I might be taking a day in hand. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Please enjoy today's story. It is the most requested series on the channel from the Sturgeon universe. That's right. It's time we open up the doors to Hotel Inertia. My name is Sigurd Jonsson. Ross for short. Yes, the band. No, I didn't choose it. I've been stuck in this hotel for over a week now. I'm currently in the service elevator with bioluminescent lighting, the only light I have. Thankfully, I have my music. If you feel like immersing yourself, well, feel free. I figured before my next task on floor 13, it'd be good to get this out into the world for brevity. See, if anyone else has been to this place or can offer me some form of advice, but hell, I'm mostly just doing it so if I die when I reach the 13th floor, someone will know what happened to me. Hotel Inertia has a reputation that precedes it. The name itself is in hindsight paradoxical. You name it, people say they saw it. A room with a doppelganger of themselves? Yep. A hallway that has nothing but baby hands? You know it. A vegan entering a room full of headless pigs screeching at them? Well, that one may be a prank. But the fact remains that the Hotel Inertia gained a reputation in these parts as a last-chance saloon of sorts. You only go there when you've nowhere else to go. Or you need to be paid. Enter me, needing to get paid. I took a job with an outsourcing agency that guaranteed quick and efficient work with minimal checks. Some shit went down in my old town and I needed a change of pace. Where I was at wasn't doing it for me, and new scenery like Sturgeon felt like a chance to grow. Fuck me if I didn't get a chance and then some. Look, I don't know if you'll believe me, but like the title suggests, this hotel, it's not normal. Not in a paranormal activity kind of way, that'd be lame and, much like a takeout from the winking eel, largely unsatisfying. That's not a good explanation, but I think it'll become clear as we go on. I'll start at the beginning. This is being dictated to my personal phone, so you'll have to forgive any syntax errors. I'll clean up as best I can. Day 1. Hotel entranceway. Land of the snobs.
Welcome to Hotel Inertia. We hope your stay will be most normal.
This fucking creep beamed back at me as I stepped through the huge oak doors, the bright foyer almost blinding me if this guy's teeth didn't do it first. I swear, had I been any closer, it would have peeled my skin off with the shimmer. Yeah, hi, I'm Sigurd Jonsson, the maintenance guy you guys requested to deal with some of the outstanding issues. I extend a hand out. This dude was pulling a Fibonacci spiral with his spinal cord to lean in, and was decidedly creepier when he did not extend his own hand, instead bowing deeply.
I understand, Mr. Johnson. Please sign in and accept my apologies for obstructing your most important journey. Ring the bell once you're done, and the concierge will attend to your every need.
He began to walk away as I called after him. Oh, that's okay, bro. I could just sign in and get on with it. The concierge is no big deal. When he stopped in his tracks. I don't mean he stopped walking. I mean the dude became inert. His entire body seized up, and he twisted around to face me in one continuous pivot. Eyes wide and smile pulled up like it was on fucking tenterhooks.
Oh, the concierge is vital, Mr. Johnson. I would strongly advise against demeaning her in any way in her own home. Good luck to you.
I felt my hair stand up on end, but I nodded and let him walk out of view before I imitated his frozen-up stature and penguin-like walked myself over to the desk. A visitor's form greeted me with a large silver bell to the left. I did as instructed and rang while filling out the form. The pilgrim has arrived, it seems. Whoa! I audibly shouted, the woman in front of me appearing out of thin air. Hey, next time you want to pull a Houdini on me, maybe cough lightly, I added after catching my breath, her disarming smile helping to settle me.
My apologies, Mr. Johnson. I am the concierge of this fine establishment, and I wanted to greet you in person to go over your tasks today.
She was in her 60s, a shaven black head and a trim frame adorned by a blue suit with not a single button out of place. I dare say she commanded the room with a single look. She certainly had me on edge when she spoke, my eyes following her arm as it outstretched to the long hallway. Follow, if you please. She smiled and I obliged, trailing behind her as my tool belt jangled, not daring to imitate her in the slightest. Our hotel is very old and as such has multiple aspects that need to be fixed, inspected, or replaced. Right, boss said it wasn't a one-day job and that I'd be here a while, I added, now suddenly wanting to show I was motivated. I have no idea why. The pay was okay, but the job wasn't special. Oh, and you're welcome to call me Ross. Everybody does. Before she can open her mouth to reply, I interject with, yeah, like the band. She chuckles before regaining her composure quickly and gazing ahead. An astute observation by your employer. You will have a set of tasks per shift, but it will take you some time. Multiple issues reside within multiple floors of this hotel, and it has many. We reached the end of the hall and one elevator stood on either wall, with one on the far wall as well, signifying the end of the hallway. The left was a rickety mess, dust covering the doorways and a do not use sign affixed to the buttons. The one to the right was a gorgeous brown elevator, a metallic gate covering the front, and a beautiful gold lettering adorning either side, H and I beaming back at me. It was the center elevator, however, that caught my eye the most. The doors stretched from wall to wall, huge metallic wings that were covered in engravings and markings beyond anything I can understand. They expect me to go into one of these, and I can't lie, I'm banking on the right one. Your tasks for today are as follows, Ross. She hands me a small sheet with a basic outline of the floors. My eyes widen as I spy something off, but I barely have time to linger on them before she begins talking, and my mind snaps into work mode. She walks to the far end elevator and extends a key card to a panel on its right. The door is lighting up and groaning open agonizingly slowly as she nonchalantly reads off my duties for the day. Your shift runs until 4 a.m. This elevator is a multi-purpose service elevator that houses basic facilities, built-in Wi-Fi, and a medical kit should you fall ill. Please do not utilize the other elevators you see during your shift. These are for our guests. Floor 5 is having an issue with the air conditioning. Some have been claiming it makes them feel woozy. You'll find the main heater in the community center straight ahead from the elevator, assuming it's still the source. If it isn't, please contact me on the panel in the elevator. Some of the residents in the west wing of floor 7 have complained of a constant damp and foul odor coming from above. Use your trade skills and, clear natural charm to politely abolish the problem with whatever residents are causing it, if you so wish. Do be wary, though. Our residents on that floor have behavioral issues. Lastly, floor 9 has been experiencing constant noises coming from our VIP's room night and day. I'm unsure how long it's been going on for at this point, but it's long enough that residents have been checking out en masse, and I wish to alleviate such a disturbance for them. Please take these earplugs and check in with me before and after this task is completed. The doors open with a final clunk as she holds out her hand and extends the earplugs. I'm in awe of how efficient this woman is, like a fucking metronome in perfect synchronicity with the world around her. I take them as she pulls out her pocket watch to observe the time. Well, you're officially on the clock and I have another appointment, so this is where we part. No complex rules. I trust you to do your job well and contact me if there are concerns. She moves her arm, still outstretched, to the now huge room-like elevator as I step inside. This elevator is remotely controlled and will only visit the floors I have assigned you. Please relax and enjoy your stay here at the Hotel Inertia. I swallow, my throat dry, and clutch the map in one tightly balled-up hand, her teeth bared in a wide grin as the doors begin to close. Out of view, I hear one of the elevators opening up and a furious voice erupting from the shaft as it turns to muffled sounds when the doors close. So it's still day 1 and my first stop is floor 5. We'll call it the center for now. The job is to fix the heater and move on. Seems simple enough, right? If only. Fucking glad I'm not them, that's for sure, I mutter, fumbling with my phone and loading up my personal playlist. Always a surefire way for keeping me calm when anxiety loomed or situations begin to fall out of my control. The room was sizable, especially for an elevator. A beanbag lay in the corner with a box containing a first aid kit and a small desk opposite. A large panel with dozens of floors and a small video terminal placed above it. The luminous Hotel Inertia sign above that. I sighed and hit play, letting the music calm me down as I felt the floor beneath me rumble and the room bathed in a soft blue light. I stared at the map again, and this time allowed myself to take in what the fuck I was seeing. It was more complex than words can accurately describe, but fuck it, I'll take a crack at it. Every floor was obviously numbered with a tenancy, population, room count next to it. But there were then these small runes affixed beneath the floor numbers that served no purpose. Information I couldn't make heads or tails of, and the floor plans, well, they were faded out as if incomplete. The ground floor made perfect sense. All the dimensions were roughly to scale, and the size of the building from the outside view matched the documents, but the 5th floor I was going to was partially filled in, and that was what made my anxiety flare up. Not because I thought I was being put through some god-awful Mr. Beast prank for YouTube clicks, but because the look in the concierge's eyes assured me I wasn't. I took another deep breath and decided to text my best friend, Soma. She was the better half of me in the most honest sense. No matter what day I was having, she would have a great story, a meme, or a song ready to lift my spirits. Hell, it was because of her that this playlist exists.
Just got onto site. Shit's getting weird. I think this concierge is trying to LARP as a cast member of The Shining.
I texted, knowing I would most likely not get a reply yet, but the action itself was comforting. No sooner had I finished, the doors opened on a small room housing a single spiral staircase encased in a beautiful black mesh. Runes running around every handrail, and the stairs themselves extending up to a single balcony some 50 feet above me. What the? Did I break the hotel? I lean out tentatively and stare dumbfounded at the room, expecting a hollow wall or some kind of trick to appear. But after a moment, I shrugged and ascended up the stairs, wondering what the hell I was going to find on the other end, feeling a thick chill rising the higher I went up. Upon reaching the top, thighs shaking and sweating like it was the goddamn rainy season, I placed my hand on the doorknob and pushed, giving way to a room that would be the first of many to defy all logic and reason. I was staring out into a large, circular community center. Grim as a funeral home and a damn sight cold as one. To the right was a worn-out stage and torn curtains. Strewn around the room was a bunch of hammocks, couches, and sleeping bags. A dozen or so people huddled down in the center for warmth, with a ton of sleeping bags, each window fogged over and some soft music playing through a speaker in the corner. The moment I stepped through and exhaled, my breath visible in front of me, they turned in unison to stare. The group had unusual carpets and garments, tapestries hung up with beautiful patterns, and upon closer inspection, they were all no older than 30. Definitely didn't look like they were from any country I recognized. Travelers, I'd have guessed. Hey guys, here to fix the heater, but it seems like you're all dealing with a damn ice age here. My own wit is failing me in the face of what I'm seeing. How the hell is a circular community center at a hotel? It made no sense. We have waited ages. A thick accent cuts through the air. I can't place it, but I'd have guessed European. He's covered in several layers of clothes, an eyebrowless face staring back at me as he walks towards me, the rest of his group huddling up and murmuring as they talk amongst themselves. "I got hired recently, sorry," I sheepishly replied. Customer service was never my strong suit. "How recently? We are so cramped in our own skin being all wrapped up like this," he replied, the anger in his words permeating through the visible air around us as I looked around the room for the heater, spying it at the top of the farthest section of the wall next to a solitary pair of swinging double doors. 15 minutes ago, maybe 16, I lost count, I replied dryly, my bones aching from the cold as he glared at me. "Can I get to work now? I don't want to end up like Jack Frost." He stared for a moment and muttered, "Jack Frost?" back at me. Must not have had the joy and mundane terror of Christmas movies wherever he was from. He nodded and left me to it, walking back to his group of people as I passed them, avoiding eye contact as best I could. These people were not happy. I had no idea how long they'd been waiting, but it was long enough that they'd have to form a goddamn encampment in their main meeting room. Using a nearby ladder, I began my work on the heater. I won't bore you with mechanical details, but some elements needed tweaking and replacing. A relatively simple job if, like me, you knew what you were doing. As I was finishing up, I heard a few of them talking and my ears perked up. "I was in such a hurry I had to leave my provisions behind. I cannot remember the last time I ate, Georgia," grumbled one woman to her friend, shivering the whole time, the same thick accent coming through. I know. We couldn't even enact the lunchtime initiative. It's such a shame. But we can hold out a bit longer. All will be fine, Katya. We are built for this." She pats her friend's shoulder as I close the panel and push the reset button, scaling down the ladder. I felt bad for these people. Must have been hell being stuck up here with this weather for God knows how long. "I don't know what the hell a lunchtime initiative is, but if you need something to eat, you can have mine, I guess," I said, kneeling down to get some sandwiches from the tool bag. Their faces lit up as the rest of their group shuffled over, excitedly murmuring. My phone buzzed, and I saw Soma had replied. The first message was only partially downloaded, but the second made my eyes widen and my muscles tense up, the feeling of malice in the atmosphere. I did as she said. The moment I hit play, the buzz of the heater kicked in and a low droning sound rang out from the speaker. One by one, the folks began to disrobe from their parkas and outstretch their arms, basking in the heat like moths to a flame. It was rising far too quickly and I could feel the sweat running down my back, but I didn't move a muscle. The man I'd spoken to was at the back, devoid of eyebrows like some psychopath and smiling in ecstasy as he began pulling at his fucking skin. First it was a small scratch which turned into a frenzied tearing, ripping at chunks of his flesh, more and more away each time. But there was no pink skin, muscle, or viscera underneath. No. Something sinner behind it shone through. Literally. A green and brown carapace, the light bouncing off it like looking at a stag beetle under direct sunlight, the form molting in front of me and rising as each member of this group did the same. Some had pincers, others had dozens of legs, all had these vaguely humanoid stances with some flesh left on the face, thick bulging eyes beaming down at me. Even though my music was blaring, I could hear one speak to me, mandibles clicking away as the pincers at the end of its forearms dripped. "We were unable to birth young to feast on, but with the weather so cold, I had no idea how we'd survive another season. Those humans would have stormed us all had you not intervened. I must say, the disguise is remarkable. The concierge knows how to pick them. But please do feel free to let it go. We are ever so hungry, and that skin looks positively delightful." One word ran through my head and regrettably out of my mouth before my nerves could stop it, right as the drums kicked in. How appropriate. An elongated "nope" rang out as I threw my lunch at the heater, clogging the vents and a thick stuttering sound joining the buzzing to make what some music fans may call a rather relaxing noise band. The woman nearest to me extended her proboscis and, before I had a chance to whip around, punctured my neck like a fine needle. I felt my knees buckle and my vision blur, but I refused to go down. call it stupidity, fight or flight. Hell, you can call it plus ultra if you want, but I like to think of it as desperation mode. That moment in a human's life when they go beyond their limits, like a mother lifting a car to save her trapped baby. I leaned down to stop it going in further as I felt her hunger run through my veins, pulling a hammer from the tool bag and smashing it across the proboscis until I hear a sickening crunch. Holding it defensively, I began to swing wildly as I rushed through the horde of monstrosities, knocking it into anyone who dared to stand in my way. "It's hammer time, bitch! You like the hammer?" I called out, nerves and adrenaline fueling my actions as I rushed for the door I came through, shouting as a rumbling emanating from the double doors by the heater now spurning me on, like a nightmare where you know something's right behind you, but you dare not look. The last thing in my way was Captain Browless, a bunch of thick singular hair strewn across a stick insect body as he bore down on me, sharp arms ready to cut my flesh.
"You will be the death of us, Tinker. You were not supposed to fight back,"
it hissed. Again, no idea how I heard it, but it was as if it seeped into my very thoughts. I sidestepped and smashed it in the leg, the force crunching the bone and dropping them down. Inspector Eyebrows falling to the ground in a clump as I kept on running, shouting back, "Yeah, I'd call myself a fixer, but right now I'll settle for exterminator, bitch!" Before slamming the door behind me, sliding down the spiral stairs and rushing back to the elevator, the sound of thundering footsteps behind me as I frantically hit close and leaned against the door, the music finishing, and all the bravado from my body leaving in a single instant. The hole in my neck began to pulsate, and with every thump, my vision grew worse. I felt my muscles beginning to lock up and fear gripped me absolutely. I just acted on instinct, treated it like a video game because the room itself made no sense, but what was I thinking? My last words were the lines a B-list movie celebrity might say for a terribly funded Kickstarter game. Is that what I wanted my legacy to be? My chest tightened and I mustered the strength to lift up my phone and reply to Soma before my energy failed me. Unable to even reach the first aid kit. I noticed the first message had downloaded and read that first, straining my sight to see what she'd sent. It was a screen grab of an email from an unknown sender to Soma's inbox, with the subject, "You can still save Ross." Inside was a list of instructions and information to aid Soma in how to help me. A cheat sheet of what was to come, but she had blurred it all out prior to sending it, the caption beneath being the last thing I saw before passing out.
Don't follow the sounds.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of our other transmissions. We're adding them regularly and we'd love to have you as part of the Dusklight family by subscribing, hitting the bell of snakes, and you guessed it, more snakes, and leave a comment with stories you'd love for my many-legged runners to find. Now, I want to thank all of our patrons for making this possible. If you want to sign up, it's as little as $1 a month and you get exclusive content, early access videos and stories, updates, and more. But times are tough and we will always be grateful for support no matter what form it comes in. Financial, spiritual, corporeal, maniacal, whatever you want. It really helps us out. Dusklight gives thanks to, first, our Sturgeonite faithfuls, Sabrina Alexander, Laree W, PRDL12, Jason Webb, Jimmy Ricardo, 21 Keys, Jack the Lad, Nathan Billings, J.I. Lara, Val Was Taken, Amy Walrath, Dexter, Heather Gee, P. Tripp, Super Abyss, and Morgan Ra. Our Purple Crayon Eaters, Feeny Von Karma, Max, Phi, Amara, Ashabel, Candyman Gloving, Mike, Alex, Gail Allstott, Echo Kion, Ian Hancocks, and Kendra Wilson. Our janitors, Alex Nunez, Arkham Cookie, Amy, Adrian R., Heather Cayley, Scott, Death31, Sabila Eclipse, Joy Flint Healy, Dux, Shane Lewis, and Allie. Our Nightmare Detectives, Fox Clifford and Melanie Schaefer. Our Void Walkers, Professor Creepypasta, Rat Squatch, and Josh Woods. And lastly, our Blackwell family members, Great Uncle Ven Blackwell with his forbidden knowledge, Izzy Blackwell, our resident bug devourer, Adela Blackwell's fire mending and illusions, Ethan Blackwell, abyssal fisher and repo lord, Jackal Blackwell, head chef and mystery meat purveyor, Clue Blackwell, the chrysalis of unknowable horrors, Tabitha Blackwell, void water baron and forever frenemy to our last entrant, Papa Kyle Blackwell, from his tower of bones, broth and spines, preparing for the outer gods to recognize his claim. We love and fear you, Papa, and we thank all of you humbly for your patronage and look to see you bright and early for Dusklight orientation. Purple crayons and existential dread will be provided. And one last time, listeners, close your eyes and breathe with me. Remember, no matter how bad things are, how cruel people can be, and how heavy your shoulders may feel with the weight of the world bearing down on them, Dusklight will always be here to lift the load and provide you with some respite. Drink some hot cocoa with chocolate sprinkles and fat marshmallows. Have all the Christmas candy you can manage, watch a video about liminal spaces and cryptid sightings, and sleep on the cool side of the pillow with the window open and the stars twinkling down on you. Start and end each day with kindness in your heart. You matter, you are loved, and every day is another chance. I'll see you again when the sun sets and dusk enters the station.